From ABC 7, this is Midday Live.
President Trump, side by side with his military generals, says Iran appears to be standing down. But he says the U.S. will still take action against the country.
As we continue to evaluate options in response to Iranian aggression, the United States will immediately impose additional punishing economic sanctions on the Iranian regime.
Meanwhile, Iran remains defiant, but says it wants no war. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Reggie Akib.
And I'm Kamasi Aaron. ABC News reporter Rachel Scott is in Washington with more on the president's address.
This morning, President Trump addressing the nation with his national security team by his side, responding to that counterattack by Iran.
Iran appears to be standing down, which is a good thing for all parties concerned and a very good thing for the world.
The president saying as the U.S. continues to weigh its options in response to Iran's aggression, additional economic sanctions will go into effect.
The fact that we have this great military and equipment, however, does not mean we have to use it. We do not want to use it. American strength, both military and economic, is the best deterrent.
Overnight, the United States assessing the damage at 2 military bases in Iraq where American troops were stationed, targeted by Iran in a revenge attack. This video by Iranian state TV reportedly showing missiles aimed at one of the bases, the regime burying its top commander, Qasem Soleimani, hours after the country launched several ballistic missiles in response to his death. This morning, 30 miles from Erbil, the capital of Kurdish Iraq, local security forces removing fragments from what they say was an intercepted missile that landed there. There have been no reports of U.S. coalition or Iraqi casualties, the Iraqi government saying Iran alerted them prior to the attack. Iran defiant, but adamant they do not want war. The Iranian foreign minister tweeting, "We do not seek escalation or war, but will defend ourselves against any aggression." Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei calling the strike a slap in the face to the U.S., demanding President Trump pull all American forces out of the region. And sources tell ABC News that American troops were in bunkers at the time of the attack, a sign that there may have been enough of a warning of possible danger. Rachel Scott, ABC News, Washington.
As Iran targeted U.S. military sites with missiles, a Boeing 737 crashed in Tehran, killing all 176 passengers. The Ukrainian airliner was heading for Kiev when it crashed just 2 minutes into its flight. The cause of the crash is not known, but Iranian media is reporting it was a mechanical failure, although that is not confirmed. The plane involved is a 737. It is not the 737 MAX involved in the 2 crashes in Indonesia and Ethiopia. That was because of system failures. A number of airlines are now rerouting their flights across the Mideast. Here in the U.S., the FAA has barred all U.S. airlines from flying over Iraq and Iran. Qantas, Malaysia, and Singapore Airlines are all avoiding airspace in Iran. Qantas is also staying away from Iraq because of the rising tension.
And gas prices have not gone up since Iran launched missiles at U.S. forces, but that could change. Oil prices spiked briefly after last night's attack, around 4% or so. But the impact on gas prices for Americans is expected to be pretty low. Oil experts are saying that there are other factors at play, like the U.S.-China trade deal and basic U.S. inventory issues. In response to the crisis in Iran, organizers are planning a peace protest in San Francisco. Now, this is video from a demonstration on Saturday in San Francisco as anti-war advocates hit the streets. Another protest is expected this evening where protesters are set to call for peace. That one will start at 5 at Powell and Market Streets. And we used the ABC 7 News app to send a push alert just minutes after President Trump addressed the nation. Make sure you download the app so you can get the latest developments in the Iran crisis as they happen.
Okay, we're going to switch now to weather here in the Bay Area. We did get a brief break from the rain, but we see that more storm clouds are coming our way.
Yep, and Mike is there tracking it all.
Yeah, pretty unsettled pattern, gang, and that's going to bring us another chance of weather, heavier weather as we head towards tonight. Hi, everybody. Here's a look at live Doppler 7. There you go. And it shows a few showers across the North Bay. Let me put this into motion, and what you're going to see is those are sliding to the southeast into the Central Valley and falling apart. There's also a few showers developing over the ocean. They could steer close to to the coast. So some random showers are possible here on future radar as our fog slowly fades, even slower than yesterday. Just some scattered showers this afternoon. A better chance of heavier showers coming at us tonight, and the possibility of some thunderstorms out of that. So if you're going to be out and about today, it's going to look like this. Mostly cloudy for the better part of the day. Once in a while, you'll need the sunglasses. Temperatures will be 52 to 55 at noon, about 53 to 56 at 4 o'clock, pretty close to average, 50 at 8 o'clock, and then the showers start moving into the North Bay, the next storm, as we head towards midnight. So it could be a noisy night with those thunderstorms possible. The thing for most of us outside the North Bay, light to moderate showers while we're sleeping with higher amounts of rain, which means there's going to be more wetness on the roads for tomorrow's morning commute. We'll take a look at beyond that hour by hour with future radar and a possibly wet weekend coming up in the AccuWeather 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Mike. Some parents in Sonoma were extra protective of their kids as they went to school this morning. Police just identified a man they arrested who is accused of kidnapping and sexually assaulting a teen. ABC 7 News reporter Amy Hollyfield has spent the morning talking to parents at Altamira Middle School, and she joins us live now. Amy.
Parents are really affected. So is the sheriff's office, Reggie. I talked to a spokesperson there who says they can't imagine what this girl is going through, that what she experienced was very traumatic. So they're doing all they can to investigate this thoroughly and quickly. And they announced the name of the man who they arrested this morning. New this morning, the identity of the man arrested and accused in yesterday's sexual assault of a 14-year-old girl in Sonoma. Officials say 49-year-old Jesse Leon Granado Lopez faces 6 felony charges and is being held without bail. The crime sent a chill through the parent community at Altamira Middle School.
Oh, it hit me really hard. I have a 17-year-old daughter that it really bothered as well. It's scary, small town Sonoma, and you just don't expect things like this.
Investigators say a 14-year-old girl was walking to school yesterday morning when a man pulled her into his car, sexually assaulted her, and dropped her at another location. Officers later arrested Granado Lopez, who they say also tried to grab another girl, but she managed to get away. Parents dropping off kids today say they don't want to let them walk.
Yes, I'm scared, and I'm talking a lot with her about the incident yesterday.
This is an amazing school. We love this school. But when we got the letter, it was kind of vague.
Jessica Quintal would like to see the school do more. She wasn't satisfied with the letter sent home by the superintendent or by her daughter's reaction, who told her it was no big deal.
The school totally downplayed it, and I was upset about that. They made it sound like it was nothing. It was a big deal what happened. And I feel like there should be some sort of safety awareness rally for kids, for parents.
The sheriff's office stationed a deputy outside the school this morning and says they will increase patrols in the area this week to reassure nervous parents.
No, I think just watching the kids coming to school in the neighborhoods probably would help a lot better. But any sort of presence is good.
The school district is not commenting at this time. The sheriff's office expects to release more information on the case later today. Live in Sonoma, Amy Hollyfield, ABC 7 News.
Thank you, Amy. Developing this morning, Sunnyvale police have made 2 arrests after a rash of car break-ins overnight.
Yeah, actually dozens of cars were hit across the city. ABC 7 News reporter Julian Glover is live at the police department with how officers were able to find these suspects so quickly. Julian?
Yeah, good morning, Kamasi. Good morning, Reggie. About an hour ago, we were briefed by the Sunnyvale Department of Public Safety. They were able to confirm to us that 2 suspects were arrested, taken into custody about an hour away in Oakland, inside of a car with a lot of the stolen items that led police directly to them.
What a mess to wake up to on a Wednesday morning. Shattered glass on the ground, a sea of busted windows, and a whole lot of concerned faces on this stretch of Rockefeller Road in Sunnyvale.
The glasses are broken continuously. It is a little scary, but I hope things will be good soon.
This man is just one of the dozens of smash and grab victims across the city. The Sunnyvale Department of Public Safety confirming 2 people were arrested in connection to the numerous break-ins in Oakland.
How quickly were they moving? I mean, 40 cars. Yeah, 40 cars within a tight time period. They were moving pretty quick.
It's still too early into the investigation to say where in the city the break-in started, but Rockefeller Road was clearly a hot spot, with at least 11 cars broken into, middle consoles opened, glove boxes rummaged through.
It's surprising and one is scary.
On neighboring Sherwood Drive, several more cars smashed into. Lucy Molina says she noticed the mess before taking her daughter to school.
It's just like not safe anymore. Like we can't leave nothing in our car for people to come in and just broke into it now.
Most people we spoke to said they don't believe they had any valuables left in the car for the crooks to steal.
So they didn't get away with anything? No, I don't have anything in the car except my title.
Other neighbors hoping the two arrests made puts an end to the problem in their neighborhood.
We're trying to see if they're part of a greater regional problem or if it was just our city specifically.
Now, this morning, we are hearing from police that they are working to identify some of the owners of the stolen property so they can get those stolen things back to them. Another really important reminder from police this morning, always remove those valuables from the car as soon as you get out of it. Make sure you lock the car too. And a reminder, take things as simple as iPhone or car chargers out of the car, or at least stash them from being in plain sight, because that alone can be enough to give a thief a nudge to break into your car because there may be something more valuable inside. Reporting live in Sunnyvale this morning, I'm Julian Glover, ABC 7 News.
That was quick work, Julian.
That was quick. All right. Thank you, Julian. Now to the unexpected find inside a posh purse in the North Bay. So while pulling over a vehicle for expired registration last night, a Marin County Sheriff's deputy found a loaded gun in a passenger's Louis Vuitton purse. The Sheriff's Office posted these photos on Twitter. It turns out the passenger was a felon and therefore not allowed to have the weapon. The Sheriff's Office says they were arrested.
Governor Newsom is marking the start of his second year in office with new action to fight the homelessness crisis. There are two parts to this plan: new shelters, new money. The executive order signed this morning sets aside $750 million of taxpayer money to build affordable housing for the homeless. Governor Newsom also wants to open vacation state land so emergency shelters could be set up. The governor is expected to present his budget proposals to state lawmakers Friday.
San Francisco making a fresh start to the new year. The city officials being sworn in today.
An alarming study on e-scooter injuries. Doctors at UCSF found out who's most at risk of getting hurt.
And the changes you might notice on your Facebook feed at the request of the British government. Welcome back, everyone. Happening right now, San Francisco Mayor London Breed is being inaugurated for her first full term. Here's a live picture of the ceremony that's going on right now at City Hall. It includes speakers, there'll be musical performances, and of course an invocation. Mayor Breed became the city's first black female mayor when Mayor Ed Lee died unexpectedly in December of 2017. You can watch Breed's full inauguration. It's live right now on abc7news.com as well as on the ABC 7 News app. San Francisco District Attorney-elect Chesa Boudin will be sworn in tonight after winning the hotly contested race. The former deputy public defender narrowly won the race back in November, beating out the current interim district attorney, Susie Loftus. Boudin says he's ready to transform the DA's office. He's created subcommittees made up of special advisors to implement key policies, including alternatives to incarceration. Paul Miyamoto will be sworn in as the 37th sheriff of San Francisco, and he's the first Asian American elected to this office. His swearing in will take place at City Hall at 1:30 this afternoon.
San Francisco has declared a public health crisis on overdoses in the city. Supervisor Matt Haney's resolution was approved at the Board of Supervisors meeting yesterday. It calls on the Department of Public Health, Mayor London Breed, and state officials to better respond to drug abuse. Now, this is just a resolution, so there is no legal mandate. But Haney says he hopes it'll prompt a response that is as big as the crisis we are facing. New at 11, an alarming study on e-scooter injuries finds hospital admissions quadrupled in the last 4 years. Young adults are especially vulnerable. According to the UCSF study, the number of scooter-related injuries increased by more than 200%. Nearly a third of these patients suffered head trauma. UCSF researchers say they're very concerned about these injuries, and they say helmets need to be used.
A British government agency is hailing Facebook and eBay for taking down fake and misleading reviews. Britain's Competition and Markets Authority says that the companies removed hundreds of accounts, pages, and groups that are involved in illicit business. Facebook removed 188 pages and groups and disabled 24 accounts, while eBay permanently banned 53 users for selling fake review services.
A shocking announcement from Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. We have been talking about that for the past few minutes here. Breaking Royals news is next.
Yes, but first, we are saying thank you to ABC 7 News reporter Vic Lee. Vic has filed his last story here at ABC 7 News, wrapping up a legendary 50-year career.
He was upstairs with you just talking stories, wasn't he?
The best time.
You were.
Like, don't leave.
Holding court. Who doesn't love Vic Lee? So Vic, a very happy retirement to you. And actually, he's going to be on the air today on ABC 7 News at 4 to say goodbye to all of you. And I'm sure share a couple of tidbits about his long tenure here in the San Francisco TV market. And we'll be right back. Breaking news out of the United Kingdom involving Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex released a statement a short time ago on Instagram saying they've decided to step back as senior members of the royal family and now work to become more financially independent. The two say they plan on balancing their time between the UK and North America. Harry and Meghan say they will continue to fully support Queen Elizabeth.
This is huge.
Tea has been spilled.
It has, and I feel like this is only the beginning of it.
And we are going to explore this in our Hot Topic segment coming up at 11:30. So we thank you, Harry and Meghan, for giving us something to talk about today. Hi, Mike.
They are just trendsetters. They are breaking the mold of the royal family, aren't they? First with their marriage and now with this.
It's juicy.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear you guys talk about it. All right, I'm going to talk about some fog. How about that? And then we'll get to the storm tonight. Hi, everybody. Here's a look. Visibility still pretty low around Santa Rosa and Napa, but not nearly as bad as it was at 5 o'clock, nor as dangerous as it was 5 o'clock this morning. Look at that. We had zero visibility. Santa Rosa, Petaluma, Napa, Fairfield, and nearly 1 in Concord and Hayward at that time. And then you can see it just stayed throughout the morning commute, and now it is slowly rising. The visibilities are as we continue to try and get the sun to break through these clouds. Having a hard time, but we'll call it mostly cloudy for today. As you look at Walnut Creek, one of those areas that was socked in with fog that no longer is. Our heavier showers are going to return tonight. Some thunderstorms possible. Dress warmly. Our coldest morning will be Friday. There'll be frost if you leave your car outside in our deepest valleys and king tides. There'll be a little minor flooding Thursday through Sunday. All right, let's talk about what's going on as far as your temperature and what you're going to see. The fog keeping the North Bay and parts of the East Bay in the 40s, while the rest of us in the low to mid 50s if you step outside. On our way to about 55 in San Francisco, to San Jose at 59, pretty close to average. Notice tonight, mild like it was this morning in the 40s, a 39 at Santa Rosa, the cool spot, but also notice the yellows and oranges out there. Those are the heavier showers I'm talking about. So let's start with future radar at noon. You can see just some sporadic freckles of showers out there that really taper as we head into the afternoon and early evening hours. All attention turns to the North Bay around midnight. You can see the yellows, moderate downpours coming into the heart of the bay as we get into the morning commute. But look how quickly it rolls through. By 9 o'clock, it's over, but it's going to leave some puddles on our commute, and it's going to be a little tricky as it could be slightly breezy. But notice by the afternoon and evening hours, the sun breaks out and we'll have a dry evening commute. So expect about 1/10 to about 1/3 of an inch of rain. As you look at midnight, not much in the way of those scattered showers, but then look at the rainfall for tomorrow. That's going to be significantly more than what we had this morning, and that caused a few accidents. So as we get to Friday morning, 20s and 30s inland, 30s and 40s around the bay. Saturday, we've got a 1 on the storm impact scale, and also Tuesday with just some random showers Sunday and Monday.
All right, thank you, Mike. The Bottle Rock Festival in Napa has just released its day-by-day lineup.
And Disneyland is bracing for the next big thing. We are getting a sneak peek at the ride that's opening in just 9 days. All right, welcome back, everyone. The Bottle Rock Napa Valley Music Festival has released and revealed what days its headliners will take the stage in May. So check it out. Red Hot Chili Peppers, they will take the stage on Friday, Steve Nicks on Saturday, and Dave Matthews Band on Sunday. The 3-day festival is May 22nd through the 24th in downtown Napa. 3-day tickets already sold out, and the 1-day tickets go on sale tomorrow. Well, there is a lot of excitement for Disney and Star Wars fans.
I see you looking at me, and you are right.
I am.
I cannot wait for this. This new ride is called Rise of the Resistance. It opens at Disneyland in just 9 days. This is the attraction we have all been waiting for, everybody. So this is the latest addition to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which is the land that opened in May. Rise of the Resistance has been said to do an excellent job of blurring the line between what is real and what is fantasy. So visitors join Rey and General Organa, aka Princess Leia, in a battle between the First Order and the Resistance.
I have to think the reception will be great because in Florida, where it opened a couple of weeks ago, the Rise of the Resistance has just been, I mean, people are lining up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get into the park and to get a reservation to ride a ride later in the day.
Rise of the Resistance opens next Friday. That is January 17th, and that's happening months after Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opened with the Millennium Falcon ride. Disney, of course, is the parent company of ABC7.
And when are you going, friend?
I'm going soon. In fact, I just made my reservation the other day. I can't wait.
I'm excited for you. Please do a video.
It's supposed to be the best Disney ride ever made.
All right.
Yes.
I'll let you do this one, Reggie.
Happy birthday to us. Midday Live just turned 1 year old today, and we are celebrating with some highlights or lowlights, depending on how you see it.
And listen to this. Starbucks is offering a free app to its employees, but it seems like the benefit may be backfiring.